I love we're wrestling in 2025, but the question is, are you ready to go all in on Saturday afternoon? Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. It is the biggest show of AEW's calendar year. It's all in. It's when they pack 1 million people into an arena. It's not really 1 million. It's no Wembley anymore. It's Arlington, Texas. It's not even. It's not quite Houston, is it? No, it's really. It's not quite Dallas. Arlington, Texas. How the mighty have fallen from London, England, man.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a downgrade for AEW All In over the past, just a year, 2 years ago that we're on All In London, and now they're in All In Texas, and the size of the stadium as well. It's not massive. I believe it's like 42,000, which here, if they sell out, then that's still respectable, no doubt about it, but the interest and the attendances that AEW were attracting a couple of years ago just aren't there anymore. Same with the views that they're attracting on YouTube, whether it be their own clips or our clips. Just no one's really interested in AEW anymore.
No, they're not. And I look at this show and think, well, you get two WWE events on the same day, 42,000 people. There's no way they're going to sell that out.
Yeah,
Not
now
a chance.
WWE basically are going to counter program AEW from now on. It seems they're doing this to purposely sabotage AEW. They've came out and pretty much said as much. So
This is why Tony Khan needs to fucking grab this company by the balls. And you know what? We're moving to Monday nights or Friday nights, whatever
yeah,
night you want to battle.
he's just not doing enough. He talks about a third show. I don't know if he should bring a third show and make it go up against a WWE program or just move Dynamite, but well, maybe not Dynamite 'cause that's his flagship show. But see Collision on a Saturday, I would move it to Friday. Would Collision really do any worse if you put it up against SmackDown?
I don't know, right? But no, he needs to cut deep. He needs to be getting fired into WWE at all angles.
I
And
remember,
he's just not doing
I
it.
remember when Rampage was on the Friday and it would come on it would come on after SmackDown finished, and I think that's a pretty good time slot because back then SmackDown on Fox you were getting about 2.5 million people, so when SmackDown finished, even if you were getting 20% of the people watching SmackDown to tune into Ramp, there's 500,000 people. Now, it's obviously SmackDown ratings have went down the fucking toilet since then. But for me, if I was Tony Khan, I would put Collision on probably after SmackDown, or at the very least, I'd probably have Collision start an hour into SmackDown, and then it means that the last hour of Collision is non-contested on a Friday night. But I would like to see Tony Khan do something like that. I don't think a Saturday night's all right, for fighting, but I don't think it's all right for sitting in and watching wrestling because most people who have a life they just don't want to do that. Let's say you casually enjoy watching wrestling. If you've worked all week and you've worked hard and you get to the weekend, I doubt you want to sit there and watch a bunch of 140-pound guys do flips and super kicks on a Saturday.
No, you want to watch stars and characters, but this company doesn't have any of that. But speaking of stars and characters, we'll go to the Zero Hour, because that is where it's all kicking off, isn't it, man? We got an 8-man tag match. Listen to this. Big Boom AJ, Kyle O'Reilly, Tomira Ashiri, Hologram take on Hikaruko, Lance Archer, and RPG Vice.
What is it with this Big Boom guy? He seems to be at every AEW pay-per-view, and he always seems to be on the 0 Hour show. I know he's some former celebrity, and he's got a son that looks retarded just like him, and he's fat, and that seems to be his gimmick. I don't know, I guess it's like a less popular jelly roll or something like this. He's got a lot of fucking jelly rolling.
His gimmick is he's fat and retarded, so he's pretty much every wrestling fan in 2025.
I mean, the guy's got the physique of a Kevin Owens, it's not... I mean, he's probably thinking here, made Kevin Owens a world champ, why can't he make me a world champ? But I just don't get this Big Boom guy. If you're gonna bring in celebrities and have them be on your show and have them wrestle, they need to be giving you something in return. And I'm just not convinced this guy's bringing in anything to AEW. Now here, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is people checking the show out because Big Boom's on it. But I don't think he's delivering a Big Boom in the ratings, I'll tell you that.
No, there's no big... I mean, anyone that's on the Zero Hour, the writing's on the wall for you,
Now,
man.
if he banged into you with his stomach, that would give you a big boom, like. But
I'm going to go
that's
for
pretty much it.
the face team. They tend to give the face teams the win on the Zero Hour, so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, why not? I was going to say send the fans home happy, but try and get them happy before the show starts. Right, I'll go. I agree. I'll go to the face team. Up next, we've got the Outrunners versus FTR. This is on 0 Hour. I bet you the FTR are fuming about this. Deep down, they will be. They are FTR. They think they're the best thing ever. They think they're the best tag team of all time. They pretty much main event every Collision. But I guess it goes to show that main event and Collision doesn't mean shit. Does not mean dick. Because they can't even get onto the proper show for AEW All In. And we know Tony Khan normally likes to have about 20 matches on his show. And it normally lasts like 8 hours. But there's not enough matches and there's not enough hours for FTR.
No, there ain't. And you know what, man? They can bury McMahon. They can bury their old name. But what's holding them back in AEW? What's the excuses now? Fucking hee-haw. They're shite. These guys are actually like one of the biggest catalysts for me of why Collision fucking nosedive. It lost Punk, and then for whatever reason, they stuck these guys in the main event for like 52 weeks in a row.
Yeah, honestly,
half an hour long matches.
Listen, I'm not going to claim that I'd be an avid Collision watcher every single week, but see, when you know that you're 9 times out of 10, if you watch Collision, you're likely to get an FTR main event tag team match. That actually would put you off.
No, it would. Like, how can you go into a wrestling show knowing that FTR are going to main event every week? That takes away from anything being bigger than that on the show.
See if I knew if you check out Collision, you're going to get like a Chris Jericho or a Christian Cage main event or an MJF or something. I'd be a lot more likely to watch, or even Moxley. But the fact you're getting FTR wrestling every week in the main event, it's a downer.
It is, but I'm going to go FTR to win.
It's someone with Down syndrome that would make that call, to be fair.
I agree, right? FTR for the win.
I'll go with FTR as well. I just don't see them losing. I think their pride will be hurting enough being on the 0 Hour show.
Yeah.
Never mind being on the 0 Hour show and having to lose.
That's
so
it.
They'll pick up a dot. And here, you know what? In some sort of weird way, these fuckers will probably be happy with that. They'll be content being on the 0 Hour show as long as they get the W. They'd probably rather win on 0 Hour than lose on the main show.
Which is embarrassing when you break it down. But the big problem for me is the main show, because that's going to be a lot longer than an hour. It's going to be about 5. AEW likes to go long, man. And speaking of something that's went long, the Death Riders, right? Some people forget, these boring bastards used to be called the Blackpool Combat Club. These pricks have existed for fucking years.
Yeah, they've added a member or two since then. Maybe they've lost a member or two, but either way, this group's been around for far too long. I think they've already been trio champions before, and they're trying to win back the trio championships. I just don't like the concept of trio titles. It's a Mexican thing. Maybe they have them in Japan as well, but I'm not surprised Tony Khan...
A Mexican night? What do you do on a Mexican night?
I'm not surprised Tony Khan has got trio belts because, I mean, let's be honest, what belts does he not have? He's pretty much got a belt for bloody everything. But, yeah, these trio titles just do not... I think that if you've got belts that don't feel important, you may as well just get rid of them there and then.
Yeah.
And these belts don't feel important.
No, absolutely. But I'm going to go for the Ops to win because I feel like this show should and quite possibly could be the ending of the Death Riders.
Who's that black guy that's in the Ops? Is that Powerhouse Hobbs?
It is, aye.
How the mighty have fallen.
Right, up
surely he wasn't always in it. He wasn't. Who was the other guy that used to be in this? Hook guy.
Right, up next, Adam Cole, bye-bye. £75 soaking wet, bye-bye. Taking on Kyle Fletcher, bye-bye.
Why is this match even on the show?
What?
TNT Championship.
Adam Cole's looking at Kyle Fletcher like he wants to pump him.
Can he pump himself up a bit of air? Maybe try and get a fucking bit of body mass in there or something? I don't know. This guy sucks. Adam Cole, baby. I think he's going to lose. I'm going with Kyle Fletcher. Adam Cole's done. His days as a professional wrestler are finished.
It feels like he's been around ages and he's only 36. But then 36 in today's day. I don't care if Adam Cole's 19, 57, 71, or his actual age in 36. He's fucking shite.
I'm ready to see the back of Adam Cole.
I agree. Right, we've got
See if Adam Cole retired after All In. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
I was going to say we've got Okada. I've moved on. Right, we've got the Patriarchy versus Jet Speed.
You alright here? You're going very quickly. I mean,
versus the Hurt Syndicate.
So it's almost like you don't like talking about AEW or something.
I don't like talking about anything anymore.
Right, well,
Triple Threat, AEW World Tag Team Championship, freeway. They don't call it Triple Threat because that's a WWE thing.
Normally a freeway dance would be 3 people in the ring at the same time, and it is, I believe, elimination style.
Yep, Shelton Benjamin.
I'm pretty sure that was the traditional freeway.
Yeah, I think it was. But Shelton Benjamin recently celebrated his 50th birthday, so shout out to him.
Like, I don't know if ECW crowned the freeway, but I do remember their freeway match for the title, and it was elimination style.
That was good. A barely legal DVD.
It was, right. Patriarchy, Hurt Syndicate, Jet Speed. I mean, why can't it just be the Patriarchy versus the Syndicate? Because then at least you've only got fucking one jobber in Bruce Wayne.
Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne sucks, right? But he just turned 20. That's an age that you should be pushing people at.
Yeah, but they're pushing someone that's got no fucking future.
Yeah.
Let's be. Oh, he's Christian's. What happens when Christian decides to retire? No one's gonna care. See, a week after Christian's gone, they'll not even remember this.
He's not even Christian's son. That's the worst thing.
Why not change? See if they really want to commit to that gimmick.
Nick Cage.
Aye.
Is that no a Nick Cage? Is that no like a superhero?
I don't know. I think there's Luke Cage. I think.
Aye, Luke Cage.
Anyway, if they really want to commit to the whole Christian's my dad gimmick, why not change his name?
Yeah, because Cage is somewhat over, isn't it? But I'm going to go with the Hurt Syndicate to win because I just don't see a world where any of the other two teams win. If they did, it would be by pinning the other team, but I don't even see it. I can see Bobby stacking up 4 guys.
Why are Jet Speed in there?
I don't know, man. 2 absolute jobbers.
Anyway,
but you look at most matches on this list and it's 2 absolute jobbers. So
moving on to the next match, another tag team match. We've got the Young Bucks versus Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. So
EVP status versus they can't challenge for a title for a year. That's what's
I mean, I guess it's their way of putting a match on the show that's got a bit of relevance there. So to me, this says the Young Bucks are winning. I don't really see Young Bucks.
Why not just do right EVP status versus like your like AEW career? I know people might be like, oh, but that would suggest that Strickland and Ospreay have no chance of losing. Why not actually be creative and have Strickland and Ospreay lose the match and like take them a month off TV and they come back and it's like some form of like outsider group?
Because who wants an outsider group with Will fucking Ospreay? Fucking nobody.
But what's he doing right now? He's a dyslexic fucking mongoloid that does gymnastics. That's him to a T. At least change him up a bit.
This match to me doesn't make any sense. EVP titles are on the line, but the Young Bucks don't feel like EVP, so it's irrelevant. It's like, let's say Bischoff was taking on John Cena and Bischoff's general manager titles on the line. That makes sense because Eric Bischoff's actually the GM. Let's say McMahon's taking on Austin. And if McMahon loses, his chairman position is on the line. That makes sense because we see McMahon running the WWE. The Young Bucks don't do fuck. Oh, they might come out and just book the odd match, but it's wrestling in 2025. Who doesn't book themselves into the odd match? They just don't feel like EVP, so therefore it doesn't feel like there's anything on the line.
Yeah, this ain't the yesteryears of it's team Bischoff versus team Austin.
No, but even look at Chief Morley. When he was like second in command to I felt like he had a title. I felt like he had a role. CV put his chief status on the line and lost. You'd feel like he's losing something. If the Young Bucks lose this match, it doesn't feel like they're losing jack shit because it's EVPs by name, but not really EVPs by nature.
No, it's not. But I can't really see.
It just doesn't feel important because no one believes that they're EVPs or they're not treated like they're EVPs.
Yeah, like what was the last big decision they made? Fucking, I couldn't tell yet, man. So I think the Young Bucks will lose. I'll go with Ospreay and Strickland. That's what I'm going with.
No, I'm actually going with Young Bucks to win, but
fair enough. Right, women's casino gauntlet match. So we've got Megan Main and Chris Statlander already confirmed.
No, they're starting it.
Yeah, well, my point is, I don't know.
Pretty sure that's how it works.
I don't know the other 19, so that's why they're confirmed in my eyes. But I know what you mean. Will one of those two win it? I look at the AEW's women roster. I'll go with Megan Bain then.
I'm gonna go Mina Sharakiwa. It's just signed. May as well give her a shot at something. Why not?
You say she's just signed though. She's been there for years.
Aye, but she's just signed a contract.
Load of piss.
She was there as a New Japan person.
Fair enough. Right, the men's one.
Just like the other people. Oh, Tanahashi in his hair. Aye, well, he's a New Japan guy.
Give it to fucking MJ. I think they're setting up for MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. So I'm going to go for MJF to win the men's casino gauntlet match.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I'll go MJF just because I don't think there's anybody else fucking good. By the way, what's Jericho doing?
Nothing.
Unless he's in this goal. He
I
might.
think he's watching Dexter Resurrection.
I mean, well, he could be doing that, and that's probably a better thing to be spending your time doing than competing at this shite or watching this shite. But you know what? I'm going to go with MJF as well. So I can't really think of anybody out there that would be a better candidate to win this match than MJF. So yeah, the AEW roster's not looking too great. I'll go MJF.
Right, Okada.
Who's that masked guy, by the way? That for
That's
all,
Sin Cara.
yeah, but for all we know, that could be Penta. There's no fucking difference. Ray Phoenix. It's the same fucking thing. Oh, Tony Khan's fumbled. He's replaced Penta with Mystico. Yep. It's the same guy. It's the
same gimmick.
It's some jabroni in a mask that does flips and super kicks and probably does about 10 Canadian destroyers a match. See, it's mental that people actually think Penta and Ray Phoenix are massive stars. Oh, Tony Khan fumbled. WWE's got to turn these guys into superstars, megastars. They're just two Mexicans, man, that are in masks. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
It's the same with Ospreay and Omega, though. Like they're practically the same guy. I mean, they're just two white guys that do flips. Speaking of Omega, though, Stevie Richards did his podcast. Apparently, this guy has got some serious health issues, and he should not be wrestling.
Yeah, he has, and it's like, yeah, know what? You've got serious health issues, so see, instead of actually wrestling through that, and we'll take it easy on you. You can wrestle through that, and we'll put you through the toughest shit possible. It's like it just doesn't make it. It's retarded, isn't it?
You just know this match is going to go about 40 minutes. It's going to be false finish after false finish, shite, gymnastic pish. Dave Meltzer's going to be sitting there at the edge of his basement, man, loving it. And I'm going to go for Okada to win because hopefully they just give Omega time off. And, well, maybe he'll have to retire. I don't know, but do they really want the guy to die? Because if he's seriously injured and he's got something wrong with him, then they need to pull him.
Well, apparently this is a big match. This is main event at a shitload of times in New Japan. But winner takes all. I'll go Omega. You went Okada, I'll go Omega.
Battle of the O's. Right, up next we got Battle of the Hoes. It's Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné. For me, match of the night. Build of the show.
Yeah, it's the match that I'm looking forward to. I'm sure Mercedes Moné is looking. Well, she looks forward to every match because she never loses. So
JD from New York, greeting. He said she's got creative control, or is it creative input? Well, let's put our input into it. Is she going to win? No, she can't win. Tony Storm did come out on top though on Dynamite, which makes me think, when they do that.
No, that's not looking good. But you know what, man? I think that Mercedes Moné has been booked way too strong. There's a shitload of criticism. She's taking all the belts. She's never losing. She's doing this. She's doing that. This could be the final nail in the coffin. I actually think that it's just because of how dominant she has been, and she's literally collected every belt. To me, it would be an absolute shame if they gave her this women's title. I'd be alright with her winning it if she didn't have all these belts. But to me, if you've already got 6 belts, why do you want to? It just see if you're carrying 7 belts with you and one of them's the world title. It makes it look so fucking irrelevant. Why would you want all these jobber belts if you've got the world title?
See, Tony Khan, right? He's got a few paths he can go down at this pay-per-view, right? One, I think, is honestly the point of no return, and I think that is Mercedes Moné and Jon Moxley both walking out as champions. Now, I think if he does one, he can almost get away with it. If he does 2, that's good for him. If they both walk out as the world champions, man, I don't know what's next for this company because it just feels like hell. But Tony Storm has to win. She will win. Or else, what have you done? It only makes sense if you're like going to debut. You're going to bring back China or something.
To me, it devalues the world title straight away if Mercedes wins it and adds it to her collection.
Yeah, you don't need that many belts. So Tony Storm's going to retain her 1 belt, and Mercedes will walk out with her 6. You going with that?
I think that's the most logical option. I mean, what are we going to get Mercedes appear on Dynamite with 7 fucking belts? Like, what's the point?
I know there's no point in it. But speaking of a guy that must lose it, right? Briefcase or the actual thing, Moxley cannot walk out of this pay-per-view with a belt, man. It's done. He's a guy who's overseen the massive ratings decline.
He's bringing value to the belt. No, he's not. When was the last time we even seen the belt? Does it even exist?
Maybe they've lost it.
No, but listen, we are always talking about WWE and it's how it's a joke and that the world titles aren't defended enough and the world champions don't show up enough and all this stuff. So, I mean, we can't sit here and not hold AEW accountable for the shit that they've done. Now, does Moxley appear more? Yes. But you never see the belt. It's in the briefcase. It doesn't even feel like it gets defended because, like, you just don't see it. The belt's supposed to be symbolic. It's the most important thing in the company, and he's got it locked away like it's a piece of shit. Like it's a Money in the Bank contract clause. It's the title belt. You should be wearing it proudly, showing it proudly. To me, this run that Moxley's been on is damn near abysmal. And yeah, I mean, I'm not even a big fan of Adam Page, like, but by God, does AEW need a breath of fresh air? And I never thought I'd say Adam Page is it, but I think we just need see, at this point, I'd be advocating for anybody to win the belt just to get it on TV again and to make it feel important.
I agree, especially with MJF going to win the Casino Battle Royal. It's him against Page that makes sense. This will be the main event. It's a Texas death match as well. Anytime they do one of these, it's a fucking disaster. Whip out the pyrotechnics, PTSD, Mark Briscoe, you name it. I know it wasn't Mark Briscoe, was that Job or Eddie Kingston? What's happened to him?
That wasn't a Texas death match, was it?
Exploding barbed wire. No, but death match, man, that style of AEW, it always comes across as cheap and comical. I just hope this is there's guaranteed blood, there's guaranteed gore. It's not going to be some pathetic match like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens put out, but if Moxley wins, it's going to undo everything they achieved in the match, but I'm going to go with Big Adam.
What I would like to see is just an actual Texas death match between the two without other factions getting involved. See wrestling, especially WWE, they just overbook shit too much. See Punk Cena last month, right? Was that the best match they ever had? No, but I thought it was pretty decent up until all these. Why is Sami Zayn and Penta getting involved?
I think
big fat Bronson Reed
matches should only be getting overbooked when it's like the Trinity match or it's like the fourth one they've had or something. You don't need to overbook the first encounter. Or if you want to flip it where you overbook the first encounter, but then like the second and third match are like relatively clean. That's the correct way of doing it. Not every single time somebody has a match. Anyway, we're done. I'm going with Paige. You're going with.
Yeah, but also, I mean, if you want to overbook a match, I think that's what you do on TV. And that seemed to be the formula back in the day when they'd have big matches. You would get people running in on Raw, running in on SmackDown. But when it comes to the pay-per-view / premium live event, that's when you kind of just want you want to have a winner, don't you? It's like, right, we're going to see who the best is. You're going to have your match, and that's when you kind of want like no shenanigans, and you just kind of want like an absolute winner. I think the TV matches, the Raws, the SmackDowns, your Dynamites, that's when you should be getting all the run-ins.
No, I agree.
Because that's how it would happen.
Your matches, your pay-per-view should be the definitive ending.
That's how it would happen back in the day. You could get a really big match advertised on Raw, and it could end in a DQ, so no one really took a loss or no one was hurt, but you still got the actual match advertised, and you got a shitload of stars. But I think when it does come to the pay-per-view, that's when you should get your definitive winner. And for me, just too many matches are overbooked these days. I'll go with Adam Page. I'm not saying it with a shitload of confidence. I think both the two main events here, the women's and the men's, it's pretty close to 50-50. I think it's almost coin tosses.
And no, they are, and we'll see what side of the coin they land. Will it be heads? Will it be tails? But there's one thing guaranteed: it will probably be shite, but we'll be there to cover it all. Till next time, peace.